A double shooting that left a gang leader's son with critical injuries has sparked fears of tit-for-tat violence in Canterbury's underworld. Police across the region have been told to carry firearms in the wake of the incident in Kaiapoi, north of Christchurch, which happened before dawn on Monday. While the victims are both gang members, investigators do not believe their affiliations are the motivation for the shooting. Police were called to a Kaiapoi property about 3:30 am on Monday after a man arrived there seeking help. That man, patched Mongrel Mob Aotearoa member Fairmont Joseph Wairini, 22, had been shot in the arm and torso and was taken to Christchurch Hospital in a serious condition. He remains there in a coma, but is thought to be in a stable condition. About 5 am, a second man was dropped off at the hospital with a bullet wound to his arm. His injury was not serious. Wairini, who doesn't live in Kaiapoi, is the son of Mongrel Mob Aotearoa President Joseph Jr. Wairini, and the brother of patched mob member Fairlane Wairini. The other injured man is a patched member of the Rebels Motorcycle Club. The two people who dropped the Rebels gang member at hospital were later taken into police custody. One of them is understood to be a Mongrel Mob gang member. Both were helping investigators with their inquiries, police said. Those involved in the incident appeared to be known to each other and there's no risk to the wider community, a spokesperson said. We are aware of the possibility of heightened tensions as a result of what's occurred, and are monitoring the situation carefully. On Monday morning, Acting Canterbury District Commander Detective Superintendent Tom Fitzgerald said police officers were told to carry firearms for at least 24 hours due to the heightened risk. Police cordoned off part of Whitefield and Aldersgate streets in Kaiapoi on Monday as they investigated the shooting. A Whitefield Street resident, who wanted to remain anonymous, said she was woken by police dogs barking outside her bedroom window. I put my head outside my bedroom window, and they, police, were screaming at me to come outside because at his point they had no idea what had happened. When she emerged she was confronted by armed police. They told her someone had been shot. Other nearby residents reported hearing loud bangs early on Monday. One saw two cars fleeing the area in opposite directions. A property in Peakcross, Kaiapoi was also cordoned off in the wake of the shooting. Wairini was sentenced to 15 months imprisonment in October on firearms and drugs charges and for breaching the national Level 4 lockdown. On April 13, he was stopped by police in Christchurch at 10:56 p.m. He could offer no valid reason for leaving home. When police searched the vehicle, they found methamphetamine, cannabis, and an illegally cut-down firearm. Wairini's daughter was born while he was in custody, and he had never seen her in person until his sentencing. His partner and baby girl, along with other whānau, were in court to support him at the hearing. In a letter to Judge Stephen O'Driscoll, Wairini said his daughter's birth had been a turning point, and he felt his life had meaning and purpose for the first time. On request from Wairini's lawyer, Judge O'Driscoll allowed Wairini's partner to hand their baby to him in the dock, so he could hold her for a few minutes before he was taken away by corrections. I hope I don't see you again, Mr. Wairini, Judge O'Driscoll said. The double shooting follows a string of unrelated violent incidents in the Greater Christchurch area over the last week. 4 people were charged with the murder of a Christchurch man after a New Year's Eve party at the South Island headquarters of international bikie gang the Mongrel Mob. Police are also investigating the death of a man on England Street in Linwood, Christchurch, on Sunday afternoon. A police spokeswoman earlier said they were working to determine the full circumstances of the man's death, and an autopsy was carried out on Monday. On December 29, a man was critically injured on Newmark Street in Bishopdale, Christchurch. In July last year, the vice president of the Mongrel Mob's Aotearoa chapter, Rhoda Beattie, died after suffering a seizure at his Christchurch home 5 years after he was shot in the back of the head. The identity of the shooter remains a mystery to police, who have never laid charges in connection with the 2015 gangland incident. It has long been suspected that a member of the Headhunters, a rising force in the city's underworld at the time, shot Beatty, but he and other possible witnesses refused to cooperate with police. The case had been filed, Detective Inspector Greg Merton earlier said, meaning it was no longer being investigated by police.